My Daughter's Keeper presents The Midnight Market, a D&D Date Night scenario from RPG Maps Forge, adapted for 3rd edition. A dense mist coils through the narrow alley, heavy with incense and the chill scent of wet stone. The world begins to fade, swallowed by the shadows and murmurs. Faint lanterns sway overhead, their lights fractured through colored glass, crimson, amber, jade, beckoning you deeper. The air hums with whispers and the soft clink of hidden trade. As you follow the flickering glow, the alley opens like a wound into the heart of the midnight market, a maze of tents and stalls draped in silks and secrets, where every smile hides a bargain, and every bargain hides a trap. Strange figures, an elf with a glittering trinket, a fortune-teller behind a beaded veil, and a dwarf patrolling with watchful eyes, populate the market's darkened corners. As you step beneath the tattered awnings of the midnight market, the world changes. The moon hangs low, its light caught in pools of mist and gleam of strange wares, clockwork charms, boxed shadows, fruits that whisper your name. Stalls crowd the crooked lanes, their keepers cloaked and masked, eyes glinting like coins. The air is thick with spice, smoke, and secrets. Somewhere, among the murmuring crowd, moves Silla, the thief you've hunted across cities and seasons, quick-fingered, quicker-witted, and now in possession of what's rightly yours. But here, everyone trades in favors and lies. To find her, you'll have to bargain with more than gold, and trust no one whose smile comes too easy. A hush ripples through the market as a distant bell tolls midnight, and deals begin anew.
This place is alive with people doing business, looking at stalls, looking to buy stuff. Of course, you're here looking for your target. But of course, you've got no idea where to begin. And we will begin with having a damn good look around, I suppose. And given that I am using 3rd edition rules for this, that means you can make a sight roll.
14.
Ooh, plus your sight modifier, which I'm pretty sure is 3.
Yep.
You see a couple of different things. You can see there's an elf stall merchant. Seems to be showing you a lot of interest. He's watching you with interest. You also notice there's a rather grumpy looking dwarf who looks like he's wearing a night watchman's uniform. Seems to be patrolling. You do also notice that there is an old but very richly dressed woman disappearing into a tent further down the market. So you've got 3 people that immediately draw your attention. Yeah. Do you want to take them in order?
Yeah.
Through the haze and hum of the midnight market, a voice calls out, smooth as silk, sharp as glass.
Ah, traveler with purpose. You wear it like a perfume.
A slender elf leans against the stool draped in shimmering cloth. Trinkets of every kind dangle from cords. Lockets that hum faintly, a deck of cards that seem to shuffle itself, a dagger that reflects no light. His smile is fox-like, his eyes dance with amusement.
You're not like the usual kind of buyer,
he says, idly flipping a coin through his fingers.
You seek someone small, fast, fond of other people's belongings, perhaps?
He tilts his head, studying you.
I might know where you find your little thief, where they scurried off to, but information has its price, and gold is terribly dull. No, I prefer something of yours. A keepsake, a promise, a secret. Something that means enough to sting when you part with it.
Goldwyn's smile widens. The mist catches the silver glint of his teeth.
Trade well, and I'll tell you where Silla dances next.
Yeah, let's seeing as this is a D&D Date Night scenario, let's use their romantic flair table to see what we can offer him. If you want to roll me a d6.
A 1.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. You get right close to him, and your hand literally just brushes against his. You can feel the hairs on the back of his hand stand as you just brush his hand. I've got to make a roll now to see how he responds.
Yeah.
Goldwyn's grin sharpens as he leans across his cluttered stool, voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper.
Half-orc, you say? Greenish skin, hair like storm clouds, eyes that dart like a thief's conscience.
He chuckles softly, the sound like coins tumbling through nimble fingers.
Yes, I saw her. Thought she might be trying to melt into the mist, but alas, my elf eyes missed nothing.
He plucks a trinket from the table, a small glass lens, and peers through it at you, as if to punctuate the claim.
She was lingering near Haeus's tent, pretending to browse some charms and curses she couldn't afford, looking like she was waiting for something or someone.
Goldwyn glances towards the darker edge of the market where the lantern light thins into shadow.
If you're heading that way, mind yourself. Emmett, the night watchman, makes his rounds about now. Nasty habit of sniffing out rogues and undesirables, and he's never been much good at telling one from the other.
He straightens, slipping the lens back into a pocket, that sly grin returning.
Best move quickly, friend. The market changes its face before dawn, and so do those who dwell within it.
You've got an interesting piece of information now. You know that that Silla that you were hunting was last seen up by the fortune teller. Do me a sight roll.
1.
With your modifier of 3. Yep, you don't see anything untoward. You don't see anything that worries you. It's a busy, bustling market. Can't see anything in a hurry. That's fine. You head for the fortune teller's tent.
The scent of burnt herbs and singed incense curl through the air as you step into Hessa's fortune tent. The canvas walls ripple faintly, though no wind stirs within. Shadows dance across the shelves of charms, bones, and glass bottles that hum with a low, uneasy resonance. At the center, Hessa, a wraithcool, sits behind a table cluttered with dripping candles, ink-stained cards, and strange sigils etched into tarnished brass. Her veil catches the candle like spider silk, and behind it her eyes glint, sharp, watchful, and far too knowing. "Come closer," she murmurs, her voice soft yet commanding. "The smoke has been whispering your name." She gestures to the empty chair before her. The air between you seems to tighten, thick with unspoken promises of things better left unknown.
Down, yep.
So the hunter of shadows comes seeking me.
She murmurs, her voice both near and far.
Yes, I have seen your thief. She brushed past fate like a moth through smoke. But what you ask comes at a cost.
Her long, rin-laden fingers trace slow circles across the tabletop.
Coin dolls sting of truth,
She says softly.
Listen closely.
She intones, her voice taking on a ritual cadence.
I have but a simple riddle. If you can answer it, I will give you what you want to know.
The clink of coins tossed across the table sounds surprisingly heavy in this tent. Carissa's eyes roll, and she lets out a sigh.
Very well, then. Know this. Your thief was seen slipping towards the old well behind the northern stalls. But tread lightly. The market whispers loudest there, and not all that listen find their way back.
She sits back, her gaze unfocusing, as though the world is drifting away again.
Now go. The market takes what lingers.
Give me another seek roll. That's a d20 plus whatever your sight modifier.
14.
Ooh, that sounds good. So 14 plus 3, that's 17 again. These seem to be better rolls for you.
The steady clank of metal boots on cobblestones cuts through the murmur of the midnight market. A lantern's glow sways through the mist, scattering wary glances from nearby vendors. Out of the haze emerges Emmett, the night watchman, a broad-shouldered dwarf wrapped in a dark oilskin coat, his badge of office dull beneath the lantern light. A cudgel hangs at his belt, and his eyes, small but sharp, sweep the crowd like a hound scenting trouble. "Good evening," he grumbles, his voice gravelly as the stones underfoot. "Strangers abroad at this hour tend to find themselves misplaced. Best keep clear of the restricted stores. Some traders aren't meant for wide eyes, or loose tongues." He narrows his gaze, studying you with a mixture of suspicion and wary patience. "No, I don't want any trouble," he says, thumbs brushing the edge of his cudgel. "But I'll not have another scuffle, spill blood on these cobbles, either. So if you've got business, best make it quick, or I'll make it worth my while." The market seems still for a heartbeat as his lantern passes over you. Around him, whispers rise and fade like waves, the unspoken understanding that Emmett's patience can be bought, but never cheaply.
I think he's offering you a bribe, or rather a chance to bribe him. Do you think this is another chance to see if you can entice, shall we say? Let's have another d6 roll, shall we? That seems to work quite well last time.
Yeah. 2.
You lean in, close to his little ears, hidden amongst the hair and the beard, and you whisper him.
I love small, fluffy things.
His eyes go wide and...
You see a small shudder pass through the dwarf's body. He quickly shakes it off and turns his eyes on you. "That half-orc has a history, mind you. There was an accidental fire once, reckless even for a thief. Keep your wits if you cross our path. Stay quiet, stay honest, and we won't have words again," he mutters, moving off into the fog, though his shadow lingers longer than it should.
He wanders off, continuing his round. I think he's just given you an important bit of information. What do you think?
Yeah.
Based on the available facts, it seems like there is only one course of action as you head northward. Faint lanterns sway in the fog, their weak light stretching across slick cobblestones and leaning walls. The alleys twist like veins through the heart of the midnight market, narrowing until even whispers seem too loud. The air is damp and heavy, thick with incense rubbed and the faint metallic tang of rain long past. Shapes stir in the corners of your vision, figures moving just out of sight, the soft scrape of footsteps that stop when you do. Somewhere ahead, a door closes quietly, a breath of cold air brushes your neck. The shadows here don't merely follow you, they watch you. The light from the market is dying behind you as you step through the threshold. Here, silence reigns, thick and suffocating, pressing against your ears. The walls are lined with dark shapes, bundles of cloth, glinting tools, and strange talismans that seem to absorb the meager light rather than reflect it. A heavy presence lingers, unseen but undeniable, making each step feel watched. Dust motes drift lazily in the gloom, disturbed only by your movement. Somewhere deep in the shadows, a faint scrape echoes, or was it only your imagination? Every instinct screams caution. Every instinct tells you that the hideout holds more than just secrets.
Getting somewhere, aren't we?
Yes, well, certainly looks like you might be. You'll want to give me a hide roll then. That'll just be a D20.
15.
Ooh.
The faint sound of dripping water echoes through the narrow backways as you slip in behind a pile of crates. Lantern light fades here, swallowed by damp stone and creeping fog. A single candle burns at the end of the alley, its flame steady and deliberate. From the shadow, a voice cuts through the hush, low, sharp, and edged with exhaustion.
You should have stayed in the light.
Silla the Shadow steps into view, half-orc features hidden half beneath a tattered hood. Her mismatched eyes, one green, one pale silver, flicker with wary defiance. The artifact you seek glints faintly at her belt, pulsing with a cold inner light. You think I stole this for great? She spits, glancing down at it as if it pains her to look at it. This thing's poison. It whispers, it fades. I took it to stop what's coming, to end the curse before it spreads. Her stance shifts subtly, one hand drifting towards the edge of her cloak. The mist around her stirs unnaturally, shapes forming, reflections, duplicates, fragments of her form sliding through the fog.
You've got a choice of whether you reveal yourself and try to do this diplomatically, or whether you begin fighting.
Peacefully.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You step out into the light then. She's bigger than you. And you get the feeling that she'd probably also be faster than you. But there's something in her manner that suggests that she would be open to negotiation.
How's this going to work out, huh?
Give me a diplomacy roll.
1.
Nat 1.
Shimmer ripples through the air, a mirage of movement, a trap already sprung.
Walk away,
She says, voice fading as her illusions multiply.
or learn why they call me the Shadow.
She seems to be completely unfazed by your attempts at diplomacy. Oh well.
Roll me a d6.
4.
You can see that she doesn't want to fight. This gives you the opportunity to get the drop on her.
Yeah.
You've got a choice.
Oh.
You can either shoot your crossbow at her, or you can try to jump and stab her.
Crossbow.
Okay. Roll me a d20 then.
A good choice, I don't know.
You've kind of been forced into it.
It's a big number, 18.
Ooh.
Right, roll a d8 for damage then.
Yeah. 5.
Ooh. Nice.
You spring up from your hiding place and loose a crossbow bolt, which slams into Silla's shoulder. She recoils with the suddenness of the attack and lets out an ear-splitting roar.
You see that hurt. That hurt her bad.
Yeah.
Rather taken aback by that, she goes to do exactly the same thing. She raises her wrist and you suddenly realize that there's a small, very small crossbow mounted on her arm.
Yeah.
She fires, but with that roll, she misses you.
The bolt from Silla's wrist-mounted crossbow goes wide, her aim thrown by the blooming pain in her shoulder.
Which gives you a chance to attack her again.
Yeah.
So if you want to roll the d20 again,
We solved this.
we might do. Is it?
Yeah, it's an 18. Yeah.
Oh, 18. 18 will hit. So roll it. Roll the d8 for damage.
Yeah, we're going to solve this, are we?
Looks like it. Looks like you're going to solve it with violence.
A 5.
Ooh.
You loose a second bolt, which slams home right next to the first. The howl of pain coming from Silla tells you that she is in a bad way.
She's not going to be able to move in a hurry because of the amount of damage you on her.
Yeah.
And that's definitely not helping. Again,
With her one good arm, Silla pulls out a throwing knife from her belt, but the effort of the wind-up in order to throw it at you is too much for her, and she releases it clattering to the floor.
so if you want to give me a diplomacy roll, that'll be a D20, and see if
Yeah.
you...
Do
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah, try and call off the fight.
It's not good. What is that? In
Is it the
middle.
symbol?
Symbol, I think.
That's a nat 20. That's a critical success.
Yeah. I know it's cursed, but I'm willing to take the risk.
Silla barely manages to remain standing before you, battered and bleeding, her hood torn, her silver eye gleaming faintly through the haze. "You want this thing so bad?" she spits, breath ragged. "Then have it." With a first motion, she tears the artifact from her belt, its glowing flaring violently for an instant, and hurls it towards you. Instinct takes over as you catch it. The object burns cold against your palm, humming with restrained power. By the time your eyes lift again, she's gone. The mist folds in around like a curtain, and her outline dissolves into it. One heartbeat, two, then nothing. You rush forward, chasing the faint sound of her boots on wet stone, but when you burst back into the crowded lanes of the midnight market, she has already vanished. Only the crowd remains, faces turning, murmuring, unaware that a thief and a curse have just passed among them. The artifact thrums in your grasp. Whatever victory there is, it feels uncertain and far from over.
You hear the clock strike 2. Time to leave, I think.
Yeah.
With the artifact finally in your possession, a subtle warmth pulses through your hands, as if it recognizes its new keeper. The midnight marker seems to hold its breath, watching your every move, waiting to see what you do next. As a token of your cunning and perseverance, the moon's mark begins to appear on your skin, a shimmering silver-blue tattoo curling across your forearm. Its magic hums faintly, giving you a sense of a touch of luck in underhanding dealings. But the market does not linger. Shadows stretch and twist, and lanterns flicker as the pale light of dawn seeps into the alleyways. Stalls dissolve into mist, whispers vanish, and the once crowded streets fall silent, empty as if no one was there. You must leave now, return the artifact to its original owner, and collect your reward before the last traces of the midnight market vanish, taking its secret bargains and dangers with it.
This will give you a +1 dexterity. This has actually given you quite a nice little reward, as well as the gold that you were promised should you return this artifact to your employer. Oh, congratulations. That was an interesting one.
Yeah.
You made it out of the midnight market with your intended goal, and all it cost you was a little bit of luck, a little bit of nerve, and a little bit of violence. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
That was fun. Well, until next time, I have been your dungeon master,
I've been your player.
and we hope to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Our tale of peril and passion draws to a close in this D&D Date Night. For now, whether love was found, lost, or simply left to smoulder in the shadows, every heart beats on beneath the dice. But if you still long for more whispered confessions, moonlit quests, or tangled fates, seek us beyond the main feed. There, upon our Patreon page, awaits bonus episodes, exclusive Discord tavern, and even the chance to join us in backer-only adventures of your own. Until next time, may your rolls be bold, your hearts be braver, and may every story you tell end with a kiss, or at least a good initiative roll.